know that sometimes it's difficult to comprehend a concept just by seeing photos, so I thought that we could do a little video here, a video tutorial that will show you how to create this design motif. So it's pretty simple really, it's just your building, and what you're going to start out with as your foundation is a rose like the one I showed you how to make earlier. So remember, you start out with these little dots in the center, circles I should probably say, and you just work your way out. Remember to make the edges of the petals nice and wavy. Alright, that's a good size, so I'm just going to even out the edges here, make the rose look more like a circle. Alright, now at this point everything comes from the rose. So what we're going to do is start out by making a curved line here, and then you can end it in a leaf with a serrated edge, and the way I do these edges is just to stroke up and down, down. So you can see that these really are pretty easy to make. Okay, and then I like to add a few other elements to the curved line here, like you can add dots, you can add some little leaves. I like the spirals. There's really no specific formula, to be honest. It's just whatever you're feeling like drawing. I like to draw these, what I call black-eyed Susans. I'm not really sure what flowers they are. So that curved line looks good. So now it's just time to move on to another one, which I would like to make on the other side of here. And then I like making the other type of big flowers. I'm not really sure what they are either, but they're really easy to make. You just draw this teardrop shape and then draw these petals coming out from the teardrop shape. I usually start out with 4 petals just like this, and then I'll just add these 2 lines in between the petals, and it makes the flower look nice and full and take 0 time to make. And then again, you're just going to fill out your space by adding spirals, dots, leaves, whatever you want to do. I'm going to add another little serrated leaf over here. And then again, you'll just want to make a curved line coming from the rose. I like to kind of sample out what it's going to look like by making a ghost stroke here. And like I said in the video where I showed you how to make the rose earlier in this blog post, you really don't have to use a dip pen to do this. You can use any pen you want and it's going to look great. Again, we need to do some major space fillage here, so I'm going to go ahead and draw another black-eyed Susan. This is all at your discretion too, by the way. You do not have to make a design that looks identical to this by any means. Just whatever works to fill up your space. Again, I'm going to add a serrated leaf. And since I think I've covered just about everything that is in the design motif, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and then get back with you at the dot stage. Okay, so this looks good. I'm only doing this half of this little piece of paper because in the end I'm going to fold it and make it into a little folded gift tag. So at this point, what I like to do is just take a pencil and draw some curved lines coming from the rose. And you can certainly draw over the elements you've made. Make sure that your ink is dry. I'm using the P.H. Martin's Bombay ink, so it has already dried. And you can just draw your lines randomly. There's no specific formula. I do try to hit areas that I think could use a little more pizzazz. Like right here, there wasn't as much going on as I would have liked, and also right here. So after you draw those pencil lines, you're just going to use your pen to make little dots. And I like to go ahead and not draw over the elements so it looks like these dots are going on behind the roses and behind all the leaves. And I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me do it in this speed. And at this point, you're all ready to go. You just wait for your dots to dry, and then you're going to erase your pencil lines. And after you get the pencil lines erased, you can do whatever you want. You can fill in these circles with the Fine Tech like I did in the tutorial. You can also, if your ink is waterproof like mine is, you can watercolor in all of your elements. It's really whatever you want to do. Of course, it looks great just like this. So I hope this helps you to make a design motif like this of your own.